Welcome, Leo, to your in-depth weekly forecast for week commencing the 15th of January for the Sun or the Ascendant. Now, I need to apologise in advance, but your chart in the early part of this week particularly is a tad practically orientated. And that doesn't mean to say that it doesn't hold some immense opportunities, because it really does. The exciting link between Jupiter and Mars, which peaked last week, is still active. Jupiter's in the part of your scope to do with the way you connect to the world. Jupiter's very much about self-belief and confidence, optimism, and it can trigger in the right relationships with other planets huge strokes of fortune. The link with Mars, however, is not so much about being more buccaneering in your approach and diving into situations in a colourful way. Mars, along with Mercury, the Sun and Pluto, is in a very pragmatic, practical area of your situation, which is hosted by Capricorn. So it's very much about the details. It's where you're putting in the application. It isn't so glamorous. But also in that sector, Mercury is linking to the ruler of the sign of Capricorn, Saturn. So if you're trying to get a bit more from your budget, if you're trying to move things around a little bit, perhaps doing some speculation to accumulate, but also perhaps just redeploying things, stripping down some parts of your situation, moving them around. But you can do it in a very metronomic and successful way early in the week. Now, there is a quarter moon which reaches a peak on Thursday, but from Wednesday it's Venus in a very charming part of your situation, even, dare I say, a glamorous part of your situation, where it's been since just before the end of 2023, but that's in a right angle with Neptune. You may find yourself, although the rest of this week or the start of this week is rather practical, there may be someone that you're finding absolutely captivating. You may not have met this person, it may be someone that you've seen around. Neptune's very much to do with image and auras, and someone's shimmering presence, maybe even they have a sense of attraction or a sexuality about them, could really see you feeling very excited. But Venus and Neptune can be a trickster influence, so we can think someone has some kind of magic about them, which they may, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're the right person for you, although they could be. The quarter moon that occurs on Thursday is in your sister fire sign of Aries. So for you, that's the part of your situation to do with where you want to be free of those rather boring details that the early part of the week is asking you to grapple with. So there could be a little bit of a rebellious streak. It's not the best of time to promise to do anything you don't really want to do. You know, when you get asked to do something and through gritted teeth we agree because we don't want to let someone down, watch that, particularly as Venus squaring Neptune. Someone could pull at your heartstrings a little bit, especially around a financial matter. So be a little bit risk averse with Venus and Neptune, whether it's about money or relating, and don't tie yourself into a situation that starts to make you feel a little bit resentful. Then on Saturday we get the culmination of the last 16 years of Pluto moving through Capricorn. They're in the Sun and Pluto. They're in an exact conjunction. In traditional astrology, this is known as a cazimi. It's a brief moment for most planets. Obviously, Pluto moves slowly, but ironically, the Sun moves away from Pluto later on Saturday, but they reignite their connection on Sunday, thus bringing in a new period which is going to be very much more about relationships, collaboration, cooperation, how you connect to others, but also where you set your boundaries, compete, and really tussle in a more competitive and combative way with others. So the seventh house that Pluto moves into for the following 38 weeks is exciting, but it also can be a force to be reckoned with. But I feel over the last 16 years you've made some immense sacrifices, and if you feel that your relationship sector has really been an area that suffered a little bit through lots of sacrifice, hard work, self-discipline, but not necessarily a lot of nourishment for what you need. Pluto aligning with the Sun on Sunday is really going to whet your appetite of what you want in order to improve this vital part of life, our connection to others. It's been a real pleasure being with you. If you've yet to check out your year 2024 deep dive video, please see the link beneath this video. If you would like to ascend above this zodiac forecast and understand what year 2024 will hold for you in terms of your personal astrology, if you give me 3 pieces of unique birth data of time, date and place, or date and place if you don't know your time, I'll produce for you your transit forecast for the next year, which is how the planets in the sky are interacting with your natal birth chart. No 2 natal birth charts are exactly the same, and this information will give you searing insights into what you can expect, but also how you can plan your responses in advance. There's also 30% off, and in my special package, you'll get your free zodiac, love, Chinese and Indian forecasts for all 12 signs for the next year. Please see the link beneath this video for more.